Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently chilling a little bit, but I just had a thought, and that was, do we want to lose admin power and ducats for prestige? No, we'll lose some prestige, I think. The thought that I had was we can combine the vassalization and taking territory. Yes, that'll increase our doom per year, but I think that's manageable, all things considered. So I think the idea here is we're going to turn these guys into one provinces as we take them over. We turn them into a one province, and from there, we should be able to re-vassalize them and just farm our reformations very, very easily. So that would be the idea. And then we would reform once we have a neighbor having embraced some institutions within adjacent core province. So that'll be fine. We should have stayed at home, clearly. And we'll just get this going here as soon as we have the manpower. There we go, putting us at our land force limit. I like it. So we're just waiting here until that's done. We're banking up manpower. That is going to be necessary. There should be a stable government. I mean, I agree with that. So let's make there be a stable government. Now we're going to walk down over here. They are moving up over here. Okay, we're going to move up over here. We want to be right next to them, because we are going to declare war here. Now, they're allied with 3 nations, but it's actually only 2, because Zapotec will not join. Colima and Tanala will. That's these 2 here. So that looks absolutely fine by me. We're going to declare this war, and we will confirm this. We're going to walk in here and hopefully stack wipe these guys. They're going to be defending in Highlands, but we'll see how that goes. We absolutely crushed them, no doubt about that. And that did stack wipe. Cool. So I'm going to shift consolidate this. We're going to split off 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of these are going to head down here. Now, we know that they're going to be down this way. That's not the biggest of deals. Do we actually go fight them here? This is in hills. Can we get there in time? Yes. So we have the defensive bonus there. Beautiful. And we easily win that. So we're going to make our way over this way. Cool. And we're going to attack here. And then from here, we're going to shift consolidate again and split off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's most of our army, but that's going to be tied up with this siege. Our ally is actually taking out this unit. I like it. So that looks solid. Now we're going to need to siege down these locations. We will keep an eye on this stuff up here. I'm not too concerned about it right now. But we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll make our way up there soon enough. Yeah, our ally loses that battle. No shockers there. But it looks like they're going to let us do this sieging, which is mildly insane. Okay, now they're heading this direction. We are going to let up on this siege if we have to. For the moment, we're going to head this direction. Okay, they're leaving. We won this siege. That's perfect. Now we're going to head down here. We need to finish this siege, but we'll let these guys reinforce a bit. This siege has to finish, and that is what we are currently being delayed by. Cool. Ah, they're attacking down over here with a 13k stack. We don't really have the forces that are free right now to deal with that. So we're just going to let this siege finish up. This is at 21% at this moment. And we're just letting our manpower regenerate. We do need a fair amount of that after all. So this siege will end now, actually. Fantastic. We'll group together, and we've got the same number of troops as they have. They will have the defensive bonus in hills here. Okay. We are actually going to make our way up this direction. We're going to ignore this army here for the moment. And I'm going to shift consolidate this. We're going to move out 4k. And we're also going to move 1k. And they're going to go up over here. We're going to eliminate another one of their nations. They're going to come down and attack our vassal over here. I'm completely okay with this. This is fine. I have no worries about that one. I do, however, want to move out an additional unit, and we'll move up here. Okay. If they're going to siege this, this is going to be a pretty high level fort, right? It's a fort level 3. Okay. So in that case, we would do something kind of like this, right? And these guys would head here. And we would do that. They are making their way around here. I'm not concerned about them being down here, though. This is completely and totally fine. So we're going to move some forces over this direction. I want to move these guys in to start a siege there in theory. I more want to see how much they have there. How much is required? 9. Okay, I don't want to tie up 9 units. That's for sure. So we're going to group up here. And they are over this way right now. We may need to actually do something about that. For the moment, we don't need to do anything about it. We can position here. They are currently fleeing. Do we think we win this battle? We would have the defensive bonus. We would have the leadership bonus and the tech bonus. They would have a slight numerical advantage. For the moment, I am content with this. For the moment. We're going to let them siege and burn through manpower there. And we're going to finish up this siege up here. Cool. These guys are now going to come join us down here. For the moment, we are not worried about taking this territory. We want to get our additional forces down here. And we now have the numerical advantage on them as well. Now we go in and eliminate them. We were essentially sieging their siege there. Beautiful. Now we're going to head up this direction. That is almost certainly where they are retreating to. So the question is... Oh, they're retreating here? Okay. We'll make our way there, but we're going to catch them, and that should stack wipe, I think. It didn't. Okay. Do we just piece out Kolyma here? They have a 9k fort here. That's going to be tough for us to siege with our current troop count. And that's an unconditional surrender. So, we cannot make this up here a core. We have to choose Aztec Vassal because of the Flower War here. We can also do Aztec Vassal here. I think we piece out Kolyma, but they would not actually accept a white piece right now. So, here's the idea. We come up here, and we do Aztec Vassal. We take this, and then we take all of this. We full annex this. No one hates this except these guys. That's really interesting. People start to hate that. We can sit here for the moment. We'll send that as our demand. So this is all our territory now. So we just need to keep 5 one provinces around for us to re-vassalize repeatedly, right? That's the idea here. So we can take everything else in this area. I like it. We can start coring some of this. We can't core these up here because it doesn't have a path to a cored unblockaded port. Once this is cored, then we should be fine. Cool. We can head back to Aztec right now. And we have enough vassals now to do a reform. Do we want to do a reform at this moment? That is a question that we need to ask. When we do a reform, we have to be prepared to fight for our vassals again. So I think the answer to that is not right now. How much overextension did that give us? We need to go into stability. 21.6. Okay. I think for the moment, we need to recover our manpower. And then we'll do the reform once we're recovered. Terrasan declared on Kolyma. That's fine. I don't care about that. They can do that all they want for the moment. We are absolutely the hegemonic power in this area right now. So I'm fine with them making some potential gains there. We can always take it away from them later. We need about 5,000 manpower in order to replenish our forces. That is our current top priority. That and getting these cores done. So we can mothball this fort for the moment, as well as this fort. Those will be automatically unmothballed if we get declared on. Cool. And the question is, when do we do our reform? Well, we can actually start colonizing up over this way immediately once we declare our reform. So that's fine, but I do want to wait until our manpower is regenerated. Like, not up to full, right? But up to, like, having all of our manpower here. We're going to need to come crush these rebels. They crossed over into our territory, which is going to give us 10 years of separatism, but we already had separatism there. So we'll crush them and lose some extra manpower, which isn't great, but it's fine. We can also hire mercs. We're going to have to remember that we're making a good amount of money right now. So that's noted. But I don't want to pass this reform just yet. I think that we're not quite strong enough to do it. Although we will get there. 19 is our land force limit? Okay. In that case, I think we wait until we have a 19k stack. That means that we have to regenerate all of our existing missing manpower plus an additional 2,000. But I absolutely think this is a good time for a chill period. So we're going to chill here for a bit. Those cores are finishing up, although this one is only half done. We can make this into a state, and so we shall. That will allow us to full core this. Fantastic. And these cores are going to be kind of slow going. No doubt about that. I think our first reform that we're going to get is the colonist. But now is not the time. Losing a stability here or gaining a corruption and losing government reform progress. We'll ignore the problem for the moment. We do need to root out corruption here. And we have a fair amount of cash right now. So I think that's fine. We'll root that out for a little bit. Our overextension is going to go away soon enough. So I think that's going to be fine. Yeah, this is going to be done 16 October 1461, so about a year here until Tizapan is done, and then we're going to be able to core these. Everything out over here we can annex. Remember, all we need to do is keep around 5 states to vassalize. Yes, our doom is going to go up faster because of our number of owned provinces, but I feel like that's manageable. I feel like that's manageable. So that's going to be how we're going to handle this. We're gaining 121 manpower a month, so that went up by 2. Not bad at all. And our corruption is dropping by a reasonable amount here. 0.9 per year right now. So that's going to go away quite soon and put us back positive financially, is the idea. We need another 3,000 manpower at this point to be fully regenerated. And yeah, it's a little bit slow going. No doubt about that. But this was expected. So these flower wars are going on over here. We don't really care about them at this moment. But we are definitely going to do a reform soon enough. Once we do the reform, we'll be declaring additional flower wars. Probably on, like, these guys, because I think we'll be truced. They have a level 2 castle here right now. Okay. Well, that's a core finishing, and we can definitely continue to core here. So these cores will take a little bit, no doubt about that. Ah. Our ruler died. Okay, that's potentially problematic. Our new ruler isn't as skilled of a leader. Okay, I tried rolling up a general there to see if we'd get a good one. We kind of didn't, but that's okay. Cool. So I'm not too concerned about that. We need 2,000 manpower now to have our manpower fully regenerated. I want to check here. This war is slightly awkward. Okay. Our truce with Totonac has expired. But I expect that we get a new one when they get freed. I think that that's the way that that works. Now, upgrading our castle, we would need Miltech 14. So Level 2 castles is the highest that we can get. Noted. 1,500 more manpower here. We are going to invest in a bigger army. Manpower is our big lack at this moment. So that got us an additional manpower per month. It's not huge. We are positive financially again, and our corruption is chilling at 0. So that's good. And now we need about 1,000 men. So this is going to be good to go quite soon. We do need to expand our army, of course. Currently up to 20. So we're going to be targeting that as our force limit. We're also going to get these cores done. That'll be fairly important there. The unrest over here is quite high. And yes, we have vassals with Liberty Desire. No shockers here. We'll improve relations with these guys. Since we're chilling anyway. That'll be fine. So our truces are ending. We're currently sitting at about 30 doom, so we are going to want to make a move there soon. We could lose 10 doom for 50 admin power, and actually that seems worthwhile. We'll go ahead and do that. That will buy us an additional year, in fact. A little over a year. So that'll be good. We're at 16.7k here. A great Aztec poet. 5 doom for 10 legitimacy or gaining 5 legitimacy. We're capped on our legitimacy right now, so we will lose an additional 5 doom. I like it. We now have manpower in the pool. Beautiful. We're up to 44 manpower. And, of course, we need, like, what, 3,000 to get our army maxed out? Yeah, that's what we need. So that'll be a little bit. We are still... Actually, we're no longer sending forces to the army, so we're now gaining 121 each month. We dropped a manpower somewhere, but that might have something to do with, like, our autonomy out over here. I'm guessing it has something to do with that. Yeah, this is at 90% autonomy right now, because it's a territorial core. Which is to be expected. I do want to check in on the state here. We cannot make this a state because these cores are not made. Right. This is already a state. Okay, noted. So that'll be fine. Do we declare on some of these guys with Flower Wars before we do our Reformation? Honestly, annexing their territory and turning them into one provinces before we do the Reformation is probably worthwhile. While we've got all of these guys on our side. That seems like a reasonable course of action. 25k here. And 15k here. So we would attack here. In fact, only these guys would join. Do we do this now? We have military access here because these guys are our vassal. So we could go in, stack wipe this, and then come up here and hit them. So this would be a Flower War CB. Yes, I think this is worth it. This would be... We would end up vassalizing these guys, and then we would, like, full annex these guys. Would I think be the plan. Because 1, 2, 3, 4... Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. There's one that I'm not counting here. These guys right now. Okay. All we need is 5 one provinces. I think this is good. I think we do this right now. And that dropped our doom to 22. Cool. So we're doing a Flower War here. We stack wipe them there, no problem. And we shift consolidate, and we're going to send these guys here to eliminate that. We're going to leave 3,000 here. And then the rest of these forces, they are going to head this direction and look to take out these guys. I'm actually surprised that we can walk by this fort like this, but okay. Do they get stack wiped? I don't... Actually, they did. Remarkable. Okay, so I'm going to shift consolidate. We're going to send 1 unit here and 1 unit here. We don't have enough to progress on any of these sieges right now. So this requires 9. Noted. We don't want them to be building forces, right? So we can actually take these 3K over this way. Who do we want to praise here? I don't want to spend... Actually, we're at 365 manpower. This would undercap us. That might be an interesting option. Losing ducats and diplomatic power is probably the way to go, though. Yes. Okay. So that puts us at 0 doom. I like it. Okay, so I want to shift consolidate again. We're going to remove any non-full strength regiments here. They're going to move out this way. These guys are going to park here. We're going to move 1 additional K in, and then these guys are going to park out over here. Like that. These guys, their entire purpose is they're just sitting to... They're just sitting there to prevent them from building forces there. Cool. So we'll group these together. And we'll get this siege finished up eventually. What is our goal here? Our goal is that we are looking to Aztec vassal. We're going to make these guys into a 1 province. And then we are going to... In fact, I'd like them to be like this. A 1 province completely surrounded by us. And then we'll do the same thing up here. That would be the idea. There will be a coalition against us. No shockers there. And that looks fine. So, we weren't exactly planning on doing this now, but we don't need to lose 10 Doom here. We can gain 10 Doom. And we can grab ourselves Miltech 3, actually. That's a big deal. That allows us to start drilling. I like it. Cool. So that seems reasonably fine. We can make a state up over here, and of course, we are going to full core these. There we go. And are you not cored yet? No, you are cored. No full core needed. Okay, interesting. Well, this siege will be done fairly soon. And then we'll swap them out. These guys can just be parked over here for the time being. Beautiful. So this is the plan. This is how we're going to do this. We just want to keep around 5 locations for purposes of reformation. Otherwise, we're going to conquest. Beautiful. The Europeans will start to show up reasonably soon, and we want to be ready for them. Absolutely. So we need to be getting going on our reformations. But we're going to head on in here. There we go. Do we actually need to keep these guys around? It's a fair question. We don't need to vassalize them here. But do we need to keep them around? Because we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So we don't actually need to do that. We can full annex these. And that seems reasonable. Grouping these together for now, and we're going to put our leader in charge here, and we are going to start them... Am I completely blind? Yes. We're going to start them drilling. I was looking for the Imperator icon. That's not how this game works. Can we seize Crownland? Yes, when we're at peace. Okay. We're going to finish up the siege. These guys are drilling for the moment, and they'll continue working on that. We want to get our drill up, for sure. Okay. This siege is over. We're going to head on over there and continue drilling with all of these forces. Beautiful. So that's unconditional surrenders, and we are, of course, going to be taking this. We're going to vassalize these guys. We're going to annex all of this. Done. So Aztec is becoming very strong, right, in this area. That's exactly what we want. We want to get to a point where things are going to be easy for us once we release our vassals with our reformation. That's the idea. Of course, at this point, we are going to need to reinforce our forces a bit. An incompetent administrator is giving us some corruption, which is going to cost us some cash, but that's fine. What is our current force limit? 22. Okay. Well, that's going to be slightly problematic. It'll take us some time to get there. but we didn't lose all that much manpower from that, so that looks good. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to probably perform our reform at that point. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kintogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.